And he was going, he goes, I'll debate you, anytime, right? Let's do this. Like, I'll debate you. I can't wait to debate you. And he followed it up and he said, if I can get you off the couch, right? So I was cracking up laughing. Well, that is the natural comedian. He's a life path three. And whenever you see threes in somebody's chart, they have this way of being silly, kind of childlike, and they have a way to make you laugh. Hi, everyone. Hi, I'm Christine. I am the Astro CEO. How is everybody doing? I wanted to come on real quick and have a conversation. I wanted to talk about Kamala Harris's VP pick, right? So I don't know about you, but I have been like glued to my phone, like checking it for the past couple days, wondering, maybe she might make the announcement early. Yeah, so I was all excited, just waiting, to see what the announcement was going to be. So, yes, I'm kind of shocked because I did pick Josh Shapiro to be her running mate. That's what I felt deep down inside intuitively. But that did not happen. She picked Tim Walz. So we're going to talk about him. We're going to do some readings. And yeah, I'm excited. And really, when you think about it, she didn't have any bad choices here. She had all really good people to choose from. She had Tim Walz, Josh Shapiro, Pete Buttigieg. I mean, she just had Andy Bashir, had a lot of great names to choose from. So I don't think she could have made a really terrible mistake, right? So I'm happy with the selection of Tim Walz. I'm so excited. So wanted to tell you a little bit about him. And I'm going to pull up my notes here. And if you're not familiar with him, I wanted to kind of tell you a little bit about him. But he's 60 years old and he's been the governor of Minnesota since 2019. And he's also served 24 years in the Army National Guard. And I forget what his rank was, but it was pretty high up there. So he served many, many years in the Army National Guard. He was elected to US Congress 6 times. Okay. And he was also a former high school teacher and football coach. And so that's a little bit about him. So I love him. And I think that he is, um, it's like it's hard not to like him, right? Because he's kind of funny. He's like America's dad, right? It's hard not to like this guy. He is funny, and I looked that up in his chart. I did run a partial chart, and actually, let me get it right here. When I did my last recording, I did a partial chart and looked at the compatibility, but I didn't run the full chart. So I want to go over the chart with you as well. But yeah, Tim Walz, he's pretty funny, and the reason why he's funny and sort of down to earth is he's a life path three, and threes are the natural comedian. Okay, so they're there to sort of make us laugh. And so he's the one that coined the phrase weird, right? So, when you think about it, like a lot of people try to um, put different labels or names for Trump and Shady Vance, right? So they use words like authoritarian, all these different labels. But the one that really stuck was weird, right? Because we resonate with that. I think about like when I was in high school and you didn't want to be with the weird group, right? You didn't want to be with the weird crowd. You wanted to be with the cool people, right? And there's something about that word weird, when you say it, everybody can resonate with it and everybody knows what it is. It's very relatable. It's one of those words. So he's the one that coined the phrase weird, they're just weird. Some of the things that he said, some of the one-liners that he said, which I think are pretty hilarious when he was describing the orange guy and Shady Vance. They're part of this like He-Man woman haters club. Like that was another line that he did. And he's like, hey, these people want to ban books and be in your exam rooms. And the other saying that he always says is mind your own damn business, right? So he has these like great one-liners, and he comes across as a very likable guy. I like this guy, and I think this is going to be the winning ticket, right? So I did run the full chart. So I did run the full chart with Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. And I want to tell you about what I discovered, what I found. The good thing is, okay, I don't even know what order to tell you this, but let me just start from the top and work my way down. So when you do a compatibility chart, I basically look at the core 6 numbers. Okay, so those core numbers are your life path number, attitude, your birthday, your soul number, and your personality number, and your power name number. Okay, so those are the 6 numbers that I usually look at for a compatibility chart. And I look at all the sequence of numbers and see, is this a natural match? Is it a compatible match? Or is it a challenge? And so when you look at those core numbers, their personality numbers are a natural match. Power name number is a natural match. Their attitude number and the birthday number are both compatible. The only challenges they have in their chart is their life path number and their soul number is a challenge to one another. So that was interesting. So that's not bad. Out of 6, you have 2 out of 6 that are not compatible, and that's okay. So when I look at that, I would be like, yeah, this is an okay match. You can work with that as long as you can identify it and see what it is. Yeah, you can work with that. So the interesting thing is, so he's a life path 3. Oh, actually, I'm jumping around, but just stick with me here. Let me finish this chart. So the other bonus numbers that I look at when I'm looking at somebody's compatibility chart is their intensity number and their destiny number. So their intensity number is a number where that's kind of like the vibration that is pumping within you. Okay, it's kind of like your heartbeat. They both have an intensity number of 1. And so they are a natural match. Not only are they a natural match, but the numbers match exactly. So they are very compatible there in their intensity numbers. And so they're also their destiny number. Their destiny numbers are a natural match. Kamala Harris is an 8 and he's a 4. So they are a natural match. So, and the destiny number is a compatibility number that you look at to say, are we destined to be together? And this is a natural match. Okay, you can't get any better than that. So I wanted to go over the full chart with you and just share my thoughts on that. I think this is a really good match. Out of the 7, let's see, 6 out of the 8 numbers here in terms of compatibility, only 2 areas out of, let's see, how many, 6, 7, out of 8, there's only 2 out of 8 that are not compatible. So that's pretty good. That is pretty good. So I think that they'll be a great match together. But I wanted to mention this is kind of funny. I don't know if you saw today, they did their first rally in Pennsylvania, and his life path 3, okay, he came out and he said, I'll see if I can find the clip and play that for you guys. But he's a life path 3, which is the natural comedian. And sometimes, there was one point where he said in his speech, he was talking about Shady Vance, right? And he was going, he goes, I'll debate you, anytime, right? Let's do this. Like, I'll debate you. I can't wait to debate you. And he followed it up and he said, if I can get you off the couch, right? So I was cracking up laughing. Well, that is the natural comedian. He's a life path 3. And whenever you see 3s in somebody's chart, they have this way of being silly, kind of childlike, and they have a way to make you laugh. And they are the natural comedian. So if you look at Kamala Harris's face, like when she said that, she was trying not to laugh, And I think she was kind of taken back. I'll see if I can find a clip and play that for you. But if you look at her face, right? So she's a life path 5, but when he said that, the look on her face was priceless because she wanted to laugh, but she's being very, presidential, right? So I thought that was pretty funny, right? So anyway, Yeah, he's kind of the natural comedian. And then I found this on the internet. I wanted to share this with you guys. I thought this was hilarious. Somebody had wrote this on the internet, and it says the choice seems very clear. It says this election is essentially America's fun aunt, which is Kamala, and America's fun dad, which is Tim Walz, versus a convicted felon and your weird cousin. I thought that was hilarious. So I wanted to share that with you. So anyway, I thought that was pretty funny. But yes, I wanted to come on real quick and talk about that, talk about her VP pick. And of course, I have my cards here. So I want to do a card reading, and I just want to see, how does this affect the campaign, right, going forward? So I want to do a reading on that. I kind of already know, like intuitively, like this is nothing but goodness coming out of this choice. So now we know what's on the ticket, right? We have Kamala Harris and we have Tim Walz. Okay. So now we have a clear understanding of who it is that we're voting for, who's on the ticket, who's going to be leading the way. And I think that provides a lot of comfort for people, to know. Now we finally know, okay, going forward. I know all of this is happening so fast. It's hard to believe that just 2 weeks ago, Joe Biden was still in the race, right? And I still feel, as a psychic in a lot of ways that he still would have won had he continued on in the race. But I'm definitely thrilled that Kamala's here, and she just provides energy and excitement. And I think that's what America needs right now is some energy and some excitement and some laughter. And the other thing, I just want to say this, like, did you ever notice that Trump, he never laughs ever? Like there's no videotape of him ever laughing. Like this guy doesn't laugh, which is really weird, right? Like most people laugh, like at some point, like this guy doesn't crack a smile, he doesn't laugh. And I think that that is weird too, that there's no videotape. You don't ever see him laughing ever. Ever. So I think that's weird. But I want to ask the cards. I got my cards here, and I just want to ask, um, by picking Tim Walz, how is this going to affect Kamala's campaign going forward? So let's take a look here. By picking Tim Walz, how will this affect Kamala's campaign going forward? Let's do a reading and let's just see, right? Let's take a look. Okay. By picking Tim Walz, how will this affect the ticket? How will this affect the campaign? Kamala's campaign. Okay, by picking Tim Walz, how will this affect Kamala Harris's campaign? I want to make sure I shuffle these really good. Okay, by picking Tim Walz, how will this affect Kamala Harris's campaign? Good, bad, or indifferent? We need to know. We need to know, how is this going to affect Kamala Harris's campaign? All right. Okay, I'm shuffling here. Okay, let's take a look, see. Let's see what comes up. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Wow. Wow. This is a really good reading. Wow. Okay. Okay. Let me say this. This is so the question that I asked the cards was, by picking Tim Walz, how is this going to affect Kamala Harris's campaign to run for president? And wow, this is a really good reading. So let me just share with you what came up. So what sits on top here, the campaign, is the Empress. Okay, so the Empress card is very telling. It has to do with the power of women. You have the symbol for women here, power of woman. You have a powerful woman sitting in her throne here, with a beautiful crown. And she's satisfied. She's happy. She's satisfied. She's sitting on her throne. I think a lot of women and women's rights issues are really going to be forefront with the messaging, with the campaign. So I think that that's really good. Let's see here. I think that what's coming here is making things happen. I think with Tim Walz in the race, this is what's coming next is the magician. Whenever you see the magician in a reading, it means making things happen. Okay, you have to take initiative. You got to start doing things. You got to start working to make things happen, and he will do that by bringing him in. The other interesting thing is America sees her now as a very powerful, well-balanced woman who really taps into her intuition. It's the high priestess. So that's how America sees her. What Kamala sees, what she sees is the sun card. Very, very good card. So this is a very positive influence by picking Tim Walz. And then it ends with the Two of Cups. I really love the Two of Cups because if you look at this card, I call this an equal exchange of energy, right? Which is what you want. You don't want to be with an energy vampire or somebody that is not meeting you at your level, whether it be in a business partnership or a marriage or a friendship. You want that equal exchange of energy between, and you got the woman and the man here. And if you look at this card, the cups are the same size. Okay, the cups are the exact same size. They're on even ground, and it's this equal exchange of energy. So I think that this is a good pick for her and for the campaign. So this is a really good reading, very, very good reading. Okay, so I just wanted to do a quick reading, let you know my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. Put some comments down and just let me know what you think about Kamala Harris picking Tim Walz. I think this is going to be great. And so I am excited. I'm so excited. So I wanted to come on real quick and share my thoughts on that and let you know what I think, let you know what the cards are saying. And I'm so excited about what's happening. All right. So anyway, I'm going to jump off. I just want to come on real quick and just share my thoughts and my excitement for what's happening right now. Okay. So I just wanted to come on real quick and look forward to seeing you again. All right. If you like what's happening here, hit the subscribe button and share this video and give it a thumbs up. All right. So anyway, I hope you all have a good rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.